What a perfect sunny day it is today. I remember I've been sitting on the very same bench half a year ago, early March, having no idea how this year, how this summer will turn out, what will happen. And a lot of things happened. They're not happening the right way. Something is not working right. There are things I'm doing wrong. This is the great lesson of acceptance. And unconsciously, mostly unconsciously, I've been hitting myself with all the same decisions that led me to the same place. Learning to accept the fact I'm not the best, I'm not knowing everything, I'm not the most skilled in many areas, probably in all the areas. And it still doesn't matter, and that's the most important thing. It still doesn't matter. I still can make it. And I still can improve my life. And I still can get to the results I want. Isn't that a magic? Doing things the wrong way and still getting the results? Well, that's it. This is what my mind is rejecting for so many years. Being imperfect and still being much more further away if I keep showing up. Well, it just works. Another thing I learned about myself, and I'm pretty sure there are many people and many colleagues who probably feel the same. And there is another thing I noticed and learned about myself, and I think it hits or resonates a lot with colleagues in creative areas, working in creative areas. There are so many ideas and there are so many cool things already existing, or like tools that we can use to create those existing things. And when we make an attempt to actually use these tools to craft something new, we face the deepest frustration of the reality, of the physical reality. Nothing goes as planned. Everything goes against us. Nothing works. Everything needs taping and tinkering. And I'm seeing the goal right in front of me. I know how to get there. And then reality hits hard. And this requires, again, a scale of accepting. It's humiliating when we as creators cannot just go out and create what we want. That's humiliating. Because boom, it's here in my head, so it's existing already. Anything that we can imagine can exist. And what to do about that? Well, sometimes we need to work hard, other times we need to work smart. What if sometimes we need to accept that we are living in the wrong time and tools or materials we need do not exist? Let's imagine this thing. Not just dreams of teleporting, why not? getting somewhere at any point, getting somewhere to any point in this world in no time, like immediately. And let's imagine it's not a dream. Let's imagine someone understands how to do that, how to build that machine or create that technology. But there are not enough materials, or tools are not precise enough to build that machine. How humiliating that is. And noticing the pattern in the way how I've been living a bunch of companies and teams I've been working at, I noticed that at some point, or actually often, most often, I've been living them not because of the money, not because of the hard work I had to do there. No. It was exactly that thing. I know how to do it better. I have a vision how it should work. I have an idea how to implement it. And actually, I want to build that. And there is something I'm lacking, like authority, or resources, or permission. And I think this is the right thing to follow that feeling, to keep building, even outside that setup, to keep learning, to know more, to know better how to build it the next time. And I believe at some point there is the right team and the right company where that's doable, where it brings massive results. And I hope when it's done, when I am over that, the very next step, I build my own company. Just the way I see it, the way I feel it. So to be honest, I don't feel that's the right time. And everything that's forced doesn't end well. It's about the inner state. So keep learning, keep searching. That's why we live. So keep learning and enjoying the world around us. It's important to pause, to go out, to spend some time alone. Our ancestors were doing that. We have to repeat that. We are wired that way. You need to replace oil in your engine, in your car, if that's a combustion engine. We need to replace oil in our hats as well. By staying alone, by having no goals, spending time on doing nothing, just living the moment. And creating a story, a picture, a sound, anything. Anything that makes us happy and feel better. That's the way how we share the impulse of happiness, impulse of joy. That's the way we share it, and that's the way we can connect with other people. And still this language or this code we use to communicate is not good enough. It's too slow. It's unprecise. It needs improvements. I don't know how to do that yet. But whatever we say, we're on precise. If we are thinking, we are not feeling. If we are not feeling, we're missing something. That's the thought of the day. I just go there for a while, or actually probably not, because sun is too low already. But here we can see the sunset. And in the summer, the sun is setting down somewhere there, right in front of me. And now it's so much on the left. Well, it's autumn, that's it. Nothing more to say. It's not a bad time, it's just different time. Time for summary, time for reconciliation, thinking about what happened. Slow down just a bit. Start preparing for the end of the year, winding down. Nothing is constant in this life, in the nature. Everything is changing, it's a process. The closer we are, the easier it is for us. And what we are doing, what we are trying to do, to be resourceful, to be always on time, to be always full of energy and joyful and happy, etc., this is impossible. There should be a day when we are silent. There should be a day when we feel sad or even bad. We must learn to accept it, to enjoy that day, to love it the way it is. And then the next day is great again. We can try to push limits to some point until we break down. I learned that the hard way. I'm not recommending anyone to do the same way. But nevertheless, it's getting more and more popular. Burnout and all that stuff. Well, we're trying to do something that we are not supposed to do. Not the way we are supposed to do. Putting effort constantly, that's the right thing. Feeling the same way constantly, that's not possible. Thank you for watching this. Let's enjoy the last minutes of setting of the sunsets, and that's it. See you.